What's good, y'all? It's POD Canyon. I'm back with another reaction video. Today we have a Valenti videos. This is the all-American guide to lying to the public or manufacturer consent. This is a video that I feel like a lot of people need to watch because the fact of the matter is, whether you're aware of it or not, our government lies to us all the time. And a lot of people are like, what reason would the government have to lie to the people? And it's like, if you ask yourself that question and not feel kind of dumb asking yourself that question, it shows that we got to do more. You know what I'm saying? We got to do more looking into it. So I feel like this won't be like a history of like America lying to us, but this will be a guide to like hopefully have us all like be able to clock this shit in real time. Because once you notify it, like once you recognize what these people are doing, it makes it like blatantly obvious every time they do lie to y'all, and y'all like, oh yeah, that's fucking cap. They're just trying to cover their ass. So that's what we're about to do right here. You know what I'm saying? A little education, and I feel like this is good for me too, just to like we all are priming ourselves, because the thing that the public and the you know what I'm saying, just these people in power are going to do is they're going to lie to us as much as they can, so they can not only save their asses but also rake in as much money as possible for themselves and keep y'all infighting about pointless shit. That's what they've been doing for a long ass time. We're finally getting past it. We just need to keep on pushing forward and be for the people. We know who our actual enemy is. We know who the actual person who is making life hard for us is. We just can't let the majority continue to be distracted. So that's about that. Let's get into it. If y'all like the video, like and subscribe if you're new. All we do is chill over here. With that being said, let's get into the video.
Likes to wage foreign wars. But we never talk about how we convince the American people to support these wars in the first place.
Talk about it.
Hi, I'm Chris Valenti, and this is Valentified History.
Oh.
Today, we're going to talk about manufactured consent.
Talk about it. Let's see history.
Have you ever bought
Manufacturing
something you
consent
didn't need?
the American way.
Supported a policy you couldn't explain?
Ooh.
Defended a war that you didn't understand?
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You've been a victim of manufactured consent. But don't panic. Understanding what manufactured consent is can prevent you from falling for the propaganda in the future.
Yes.
The term manufactured consent was popularized by American activist and professor Noam Chomsky, seen here with New York financier Jeffrey Epstein.
We just did a oh hey Luigi. What's up, Luigi? Okay, my fault. I'll be watching these videos. But y'all, we just did an Epstein video. Like we just did a Jeff Ep video. This is the same junk I was talking about in the video, bruh. With these people in power, they'll have the oh my gosh, the proof right in front of their face, and they'll still lie about it because they realize a lot of Americans are fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Like we let a PDF file in the office for the second time. We're stupid. Like there's no way around that. There's no way a smart society would let a clearly racist and PDF file back into office. We're stupid. That's just the best way. And you know what I'm saying? I'm putting myself in that category, even though I didn't vote for him. You know what I'm saying? We tried to tell y'all, but we just didn't do good enough to convince y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we're here, and we gotta do what we gotta do to put out the fire that's already been burning for a little while. But I feel like little stuff like this, with us knowing manufactured consent, it's very important. So Valenti, take it away. I'm gonna stop yapping so they really can lock in and shit.
By American activist and professor Noam Chomsky,
Noam Chomsky.
Here with New York financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Holy
in a society that looks free, you don't control people through force. You control them by convincing them that the government's actions are actually normal. Instead of saying, do this or else, you say, well, everyone else is doing it.
Everyone else is doing it.
This is common sense. This is how we defend democracy. It's not mind control. It's vibe control.
Vibe control. Ooh, how it started.
The origins of manufactured consent go back to the Stone Age, far before we threw that tea into the harbor. But America is to manufactured consent like the iPhone is to smartphones. We may not have invented it, but we sure as hell perfected it. Manufactured consent's true history for Americans begins in World War I. You see, in the early 1900s, America was an isolationist nation. So when war began to erupt all over Europe, most Americans said, "Not my problem."
We don't need
President
that.
Reagan really wanted to join the war, not out of bloodlust,
Money,
but out of greed. You see, by financing
okay, I thought you said not of
this
greed.
European
My
war.
fault. I gotta lock in more because I thought he said not of greed. I was about to be like, is he about to tell me something I don't know? Yes. Usually, when these people go into wars, it's because they need that bag. They want that bag and they need that bag. So yes.
But out of greed.
But of
You see,
greed.
by financing all sides of this European war, these nations would accrue massive amounts of debt owed to the American government. The American government came up with a plan to gaslight the entire nation. So they created the Committee on Public Affairs, essentially state-controlled media. You see, the government deployed every tool in their arsenal to convince the American people that it was actually our duty to join the war. They did this with posters, newspapers, movies, celebrities, politicians, you name it. Suddenly, it became un-American to not support the war.
And that's why people like, you don't support our troops? You don't support our troops? Where do you think that belief came from? Do you actually think the troops are protecting us? Come on, bro. Come on.
Posters of the German horde trampling over democracy. Stories of German spies embedded within the United States. Fears that the war
you're distracting me. I'm trying to lock in.
Luigi. There were posters of the German horde trampling over democracy. Stories of German spies embedded within the United States. Fears that the war would spill over the Atlantic Ocean and make its way to the home front. All of these were lies.
Because like I said before on this channel, Nazi Germany was inspired by what America was already doing in the 30s. Like, if we being honest,
Final nail in the coffin was when the Brits claimed to have intercepted a secret coded message from the Germans to the Mexicans. Now, this supposed message was known as the Zimmerman telegram, in which the Germans requested a Mexican invasion of the United States of America from the southern border. Suddenly, Americans were foaming at the mouth, ready for war. Before we knew it, our doughboys were dying in the Argonne.
The machines of
the government deployed their most loyal servants to manufacture consent. Corporations. After World War I, we began to see this gaslighting technique.
I'm sorry. It's just his quotes be so like, if you know, he is spitting right now. Because, man, them corporations, for some reason, we count them as people. I don't know why.
The government deployed their most loyal servants to manufacture consent. Corporations. After World War I, we began to see this gaslighting technique be deployed across every sector of commerce. The elites believed that democracy is dangerous and the rich and powerful should quietly guide public opinion. Tobacco companies started to call their cigarettes torches of freedom, and car manufacturers started to say, buy American, that way to make you feel bad about buying a foreign vehicle. They were manipulating us. Fast forward to World War II, and now America has a second opportunity to make a bucket load of money. But you know the old saying, you got to spend money to make money. And America needed a lot of money to fight in World War II. So instead of asking for donations, they said, buy war bonds, be a hero. So
they
celebrities
really manipulated the American people. Like, that's when I need you to fight in the Sally Mae. Like, all of that shit. Like, oh my gosh, even Captain America was propaganda back then. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it's crazy, like, when you put it all together and you realize this was all accumulation of our history that we're supposed to look proudly back on. Like, oh shit.
nation are recruited to start selling these war bonds, right? Even
Be a
public
hero,
schools
buy a
start
war
campaigns
bond.
to pressure the children into getting their parents to buy these war bonds. And more importantly,
that is
posters
fucked.
were slapped up across the entire nation that
Oh, yeah.
implied that if you didn't
They
buy
were
war
everywhere.
bonds, you actually wanted our soldiers to
This shit is like crazy to think about. Like times
die. Posters like this,
Ooh.
and that,
Oh gosh. Yep.
and this,
The good old war posters.
and that.
Yep.
Very
They love
quickly,
putting Uncle Sam
supporting
up.
the war became the moral identity of the American population. You see, nobody was forcing you into buying these war bonds, but you sure felt
was
a
a-
whole lot of shame if you didn't. So the government began to recruit Hollywood directors and filmmakers to create glorious
Ramen?
depictions of American
Yeah.
heroes in Europe. They were able to
Appreciate you
simplify
asking.
geopolitics into good versus evil, when we all know that the world is not black and white. Hell,
It's
even
not.
Disney was recruited to paint the Germans and the Japanese as cartoonishly evil and ill-prepared for a global
I
war.
was shown these videos in like 5th grade, like when Walt Disney was making like war propaganda. And that shit is actually crazy. Like, yes, he would make like, obviously, Walt Disney was kind of like always racist. Like, if you've seen how he drew black people, but just taking that besides the point, he would like, because remember, Pearl Harbor. If you see him draw some Chinese people, oof. And oh my gosh, like it's just bad. It's just bad.
Now that
A lot of these, not even just him, just corporations in general. You see like the thing of like, I want you to join, like, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Sam, like, it was a lot of things where like these corporations would pretty much make it normal and imbue it into society, even though it's not really. That's what manufactured consent is. You know what I'm saying?
couldn't be any further from the truth. But hey,
Yeah.
anything to get a high schooler into the recruitment office, right, Sarge? All of this combined
like my
made the
pops.
American people feel
Damn.
like we came to the conclusion of supporting the war all on our own.
Yep.
We didn't. We were corralled like sheep heading into their pen.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. World War II was a just war for us to join. But even a just war needs public approval. And approval must be manufactured. After World War II, we start to see the introduction into the manufactured consent that you and I know. I mean, after all, the Cold War never really ended. And after
Yeah.
the nukes went off in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, a new enemy had emerged, the Soviet Union. Except we wouldn't
Yeah.
fight the Soviets militarily. No. We would fight them narratively.
Yep.
Capitalism equals freedom.
Woo!
Social.
Oh, this is where like this is something like I educated myself on, like, because it's like I always knew this from a surface level, but when I really dove into it, I just really realized the amount of like manipulating, and it's like actual psychological warfare. Like, if they can convince the American, oh my gosh, here's how I'm gonna put this. A One Piece quote. A One Piece quote from a villain, Don Flamingo. They were in a war, and they were pretty much asking, who is going, like, is justice going to prevail in this war, right? And Don Flamingo said, like, a quote that still sticks to me to this day from the moment I heard it. He said, will justice prevail? Well, of course it will. The winner of the war determines the meaning of justice. Do I need to say any more? Do I need to say anything else? That is the perfect example of what America did to the minds of the people. Because we won the war, we are able to determine what justice means for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even if we do commit equal atrocities that the people we were at war against were committing. Because we won the war, so we're the good guys. Oh, all the evil stuff we did, that is buried in history. You will never find it again. But it's like, bro, like, that's why, bro, when I be saying capitalism, like, that is the big bad. You know what I'm saying? That is the main enemy we should be fighting right now. Because as long as capitalism exists, a lot of these things that are just naturally popping up that affects us, that makes our lives shitty, It's because of capitalism. Now, we have been grown up in a society and trained to believe that things like socialism, this, that, and the third, is not good or beneficial to the people. But when you, oh my gosh, like if you know, you know, you already know where I'm going with this. A lot of these socialist, communist societies, they were destroyed by capitalistic societies before they even had a chance to flourish and grow. So when you see, I'm gonna put it like this, boom. If you see a democratic socialist like Zoran Mamdani taking away ICE the first day he's in office and then making childcare free the second week he's in office off of socialism, you realize that a lot of these people who are in power, they aren't actually caring as much as they say, Democratic or Republican. They are just playing a game. A game to get them as much money as possible while the people around them who they are supposed to be serving and protecting, who they are supposed to be looking out for the best interests, they're taking pockets right out of their hands. And it's like, I can't keep supporting that. I can't keep on acting like that shit is something that we can still be okay with and have a society in the way that I envision it, which is peaceful, which is without anybody, you know what I'm saying, pointing the fingers or acting like this group of people is the reason everyone else is in pain, when it's not. You're just playing the game. And when you look at a whole group of people and think that they are the reason this, that, and the third is bad, you are a part of the problem. But it's not entirely your fault. You know what I'm saying? This is where manufactured consent comes in. Because a lot of people assume they have the right idea, but they didn't look at everything objectively. They didn't look at everything from another person's point of view. So you are assuming you have the right side of the things, but until you look at things from everybody's point of view, you will fall short. That's why I say you got to be more, you know what I'm saying, socialism. You got to try it. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way. And people will realize it's not as bad as what we were taught growing up. But the fact of the matter is, You already know. You already know. You already know. You already know. If you know, you know, but you will learn.
Equals slavery. And questioning anything equals treason. Back to basics.
Treason.
Hollywood is recruited. Schools fall in line.
Yep.
The media begins to parrot government talking points. This cycle repeats.
Continues.
We scared the people into submission. Because when people are afraid, they'll
Yep.
say, whatever keeps me safe is fine by me. The Red Scare showed the government
Bro,
that not
say it again. They scared people.
because when people are afraid, they'll say, whatever keeps me safe is fine by me. The Red Scare showed the government that not only can they convince the American people to hate a foreign enemy, but they can also convince the American people to hate a domestic enemy.
Come on.
Homegrown
Come
socialists.
on. Come
Propaganda
on.
is pumped out.
Are you a
en masse.
commie?
Literal
Are you a
tra-
communist? Like what? Why are you saying all these things? Like why are you not feeding? No, like dead ass. I'll be at work and there will be people just spewing weird ass propaganda that they did not even take any time to research or look into it. So when I ask educated questions that makes them actually think about what the fuck they're saying, they feel like they're like, what, are you communist or something? Like, why do you think this? It's like, no, I'm just pointing out the hypocrisies of what you're saying and showing you why you really sound stupid making these type of claims, and it's not helping anybody. But oh my gosh, the thing about propaganda is, if it's used the right way, it can convince even smart people that they have everything figured out when they don't, and they're fucking fooled. But
videos are created on how to spot a
communist.
There are tip lines
Yep,
set
the
up for
Red
people
Scare
to
is
rat
crazy,
out their
bro.
neighbors. Hollywood celebrities are put on tribunals for being quote-unquote communist sympathizers, all
Oh my
because they had
gosh.
the audacity to question the government. Suddenly, being pro-America meant that you would not question the powers that be. Sounds authoritarian.
Doesn't it?
I thought this was a democracy. Not much
Duh.
has changed from then to now. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, the delivery methods have changed from
Yep.
the news to social media, from celebrities to
Oh, but
influencers.
no.
But
Once you point, like once you identify the game, once you bro, that's why I be saying, Like with the song, same game. You can't reform them. Like once you realize the game that they're playing, you can't be fooled anymore because they just keep on doing it over and over again in slightly different ways. They're not creative with the way that they're doing this shit. So once you clock it, once you realize what they're doing, it's actually like mind-numbingly repetitive the way that they are reacting to certain information and the way that they spin it. And it's even more frustrating because people buy it and buy into it without fail. So you have to be I can only imagine what this dude be going through. But you have to be the voice to be able to like explain to them or maybe point out the hypocrisy that they are failing to see within themselves or within the worldview that they're seeing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh man, this is why like I really feel like we got to do a video like this. You know what I'm saying? Because once you pick it up, once you see the game, once you identify the game, it all, man, you can't unsee it. And it'll be blatantly obvious. Oh, damn, I was wasting my time thinking that this group of people was the reason that I'm struggling. It's really capitalism and the people up top who are consistently trying to convince me to put my attention elsewhere. But we about to end this. You know what I'm saying? We about to get through this. End it out, Valenti.
The story remains the same. We are not told how to think.
Nope.
But we are told what everyone else is thinking. Voices of reason are suppressed because questions can be dangerous. And human beings, we are social creatures. Our biggest fear is being ostracized. So most people will fall in line simply to have a sense of community. Ooh. The real question is, can you escape manufactured consent? Kinda. You see, manufactured consent will always be thrown at you, but as long as you stay asking questions, you are one step ahead of the rest.
Literally. Like, see, I knew he was going to pretty much say what I said to a certain extent. The moment you ask the right questions that makes people actually think beyond what they are told and just regurgitating, you know what I'm saying? You realize that these people actually put no thought to this at all. A lot of people are just told, they just tell other people what they're told, and they don't do any research by themselves to see if what they're being told is actually true. So a lot of things just get spread out. That's why I always say, like, especially now, like the stuff that I read, the stuff that like I'm tapped in with, it's like you're not just gonna be able to convince me. I'm not gonna lie, like I think someone told me this, like I'm trying to think who said it, but essentially someone said like I am the most free person that they've ever met. Like I'm not tied down to any like ideology, any party system, anything, because I see everything objectively. I realize that there is no objective good. There is no objective evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, it's easier for the human brain. I did another video like this too. Like, I'm glad like I'm doing videos covering all these bases. So like, if people want to like dive in deeper to what I'm saying, there's a video out there for that. But pretty much, like a lot of people, it's easier for the mind and like human beings to just have a common enemy to blame everything on. But the fact of the matter is, just like people, we are much bigger and much better than the worst thing that we've ever done. And we need to treat everybody else like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are complex. There is no, oh, these people are evil and these people are good. No. Everybody is complex, just like you as an individual listening to this is a complex individual yourself. You're not all the way good, but you're not all the way bad either. We all have things that we learn and go through and grow through. But the fact of the matter is, it's a pace. You know what I'm saying? It's not a race, it's a pace. You know what I'm saying? So, just like I said, there are certain people who may be like younger than me who are already tapped into this, but there are also some people who may be older than me who are just starting to tap into this. It doesn't matter the pace in what you're doing it. It's just the fact that you have to actively ask questions and grow as an individual. And I promise you, this shit will, this like, there have been times like, especially like when I was first like diving into like the history, like the actual history of this country and other stuff. Like it was so easy to feel like hopeless and like there's no way that we can fix this shit. But the fact of the matter is, just like with small acts like the Boston Tea Party and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? All it takes is one individual to inspire the right person that will cause a ripple effect that will make this whole thing feel like it was a distant dream in the past. So that's when I realized that even though it may seem impossible, all that I need to do as an individual to do the best for the community is educate myself so that I have the ability to educate all those around me, even you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because the more that we are educated, the more that we know the game that is being played, the less likely we are to be fooled by it. And then, you know what I'm saying? We there's like, bro, it's a lot of steps, but I just know the way that I can contribute right now, and I do feel like it's helping a certain extent. Like even before like Minneapolis went to shit, like I already did a Minneapolis video like calling out like, no, like y'all realize the game that's being played, right? Y'all realize it. And finally, unfortunately, it took 3 niggas dying, really 9, like, but 2 people on camera getting shot. ICE finally lost its funding. They should have never had fucking funding because they don't deserve to exist as a law enforcement organization. But the fact of the matter is, when we continue to educate the majority of people, we are not fooled by the propaganda that is consistently told by the people. The government consistently lying to us so they can manufacture the consent of the American people to be okay with the atrocities that they're committing. That's my yap. Let's continue.
Manufactured consent only works when you stop questioning the narrative. Mm-hmm. The antidote is not paranoia.
Nope.
It's skepticism. Anytime the government tells you something, you must ask yourself,
Cooking.
who benefits from this?
Cooking.
And one golden
Cooking.
rule.
Like he's saying everything I be saying. Like when I be like, oh my gosh, y'all. Like a lot of the things like I'll be telling people, like when you see these people do this, I always say like you got to ask yourself who is gonna be the beneficiary of this policy. And that will be your answer. It almost always is. Who would benefit from, oh my gosh, like y'all don't. He is cooking. I'm trying to end this video, but everything he say, he got so many quotes in here that like y'all actually gotta like sit with. And I promise, like, bro, like, oh my God.
I'll leave you with is this.
Okay, bet.
Anytime the government says something is common sense, it probably isn't. Congratulations, you're now a little bit harder to manipulate.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Valenti Videos. This was needed. I really do feel like this was needed. Cause this is like the main thing I be trying to do with my videos. I won't say the main thing, but like the educational videos. I be trying to have y'all like actually see like, yo, point out the lie. Like this person's clearly lying. Let's point out this shit. That's why like with the Dave Chappelle video, that was a good one where I got y'all. Because I could like, once again, I immediately called out the cap and the double standard that Dave Chappelle was putting in his special. And a lot of people didn't even think that far. You know what I'm saying? It's the same like black grifters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just think, oh, this is a person. What reason? This is just a black individual talking down on their people. What reason would they have to benefit for this? You know. So now that y'all know, let me know what else y'all want me to do, bro. Cause like, there's like, he scratched the surface, which I knew he was gonna do, but like this shit goes deep. So if y'all really want me to like tap into this and like make a script or whatever, I can. But we set the season so you can do your deep diving whenever you need to. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all like the video, like it. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you're new. All we do is chill over here. With that being said, y'all be great, be safe, keep getting to that bag, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace. Please save, please save, please save, please save, please.